It's Friday, August 7th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. Details just ahead in your news headlines.
And get ready to laugh. The Great Outdoors Comedy Festival kicked off last night in Halifax. We'll get the details on all the comedians performing at this event.
Plus, we're dancing the flamenco. Brianne's going to learn a few moves ahead of the Flamenco Fusion Fest. Get your dancing shoes ready. All that and so much more just ahead on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning, Atlantic Canada. It is almost 6:01, 6:31 if you are in Newfoundland and parts of Labrador. And we're so happy that you could join us on this Friday.
Yay, we made it.
Yeah, we did have a short work week, too.
Yeah.
For so many of us.
Sometimes short work weeks feel longer.
Yeah.
This one didn't, though.
No.
Kind of flew by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to agree with that, especially when it's been so hot. Very, very hot.
Yeah, definitely put on that sunblock. I got a little red yesterday.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
It happens.
You were working late last night, too, because you were on CTV News at 5.
And 6.
Wow.
Reporting for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival in downtown Halifax.
Yes, I mean, it was a tough assignment, but somebody had to do it.
Right?
Yeah, no, it was fantastic. I got to talk to Mike Anderson, who puts on the Comedy Fest across the country. So he's actually from Edmonton, and that's where they start every year. So Edmonton, Winnipeg, they come to Halifax. They also hit up Mississauga, Calgary. So yeah, no, fantastic.
They're in our region. And it's not the only big event, too.
No,
the Jonas Brothers are going to be playing in Moncton this weekend as well.
Yeah, we know a couple of Joe Bro fans. So
Yeah, we do.
we do know a couple of Joe Bro friends going. Are they going to have some nice weather?
Well,
okay, all right.
Yeah, be prepared for some wet weather to move in, unfortunately,
okay.
but much needed as we've had this heat across the Maritime region. Still going to remain relatively hot, though, so keep this in mind when you are heading out. In Fredericton this morning, already hitting 18 degrees. The sun is already beginning to rise. A beautiful, sunny start to your day, at least. 20 degrees right now in Halifax, 19 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with 15 degrees in Labrador City, 10 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Now, keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out today, as the UV index is still tracking very high across the Maritime region. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking moderate to high throughout your day today, very high for parts of Newfoundland. Here's a look at that heat warning remaining in effect for much of the Maritime region, extending into the weekend forecast. So something to keep in mind, as we are going to see that mugginess still stick around into our forecast for at least Saturday. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Not really much to show you. We do have a bit of drizzle activity for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador. Other than that, though, going to see some sunshine over in both those provinces today. For the Maritime region, a chance of showers will return into the afternoon, with a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the Maritimes at least. In terms of our wind forecast, quite light this morning. Right now, 24 kilometers per hour in North Cape. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take a look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across the country. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were 498 e-scooter hospitalizations. That is a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. Prices at the pumps in all 3 maritime provinces are down for a second or even third time this week. In Nova Scotia, Zone 1, gas fell by 9.7 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.70.5. And diesel in Nova Scotia dropped by 9.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, prices fell for a third time this week, this time by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 5.8 cents. The maximum price now $1.79.8 a liter. And diesel dropped by 2.8 cents. The maximum price now $2.35.6. In the past week, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents a liter overall. There are concerns over a move by the U.S. to delay new protections for the critically endangered North Atlantic right whale until 2035. The delay south of the border is meant to allow time to draft new measures with fewer implications for the fishing industry. But a senior conservation biologist for the Canadian Wildlife Federation says this U.S. bill delay could be devastating.
And if the U.S. reduces their efforts to eliminate these harms, then all the more reason what Canada is doing is so much more important.
So the concern now is that yes, the population seems to have stabilized, but we know that it can switch on a dime. And so our concern is if we start to see an uptick again in entanglements or mortalities from entanglements, we're not going to be able to do anything about it.
With a population of only about 380, the North Atlantic right whale is classified as severely endangered. The next vote on the U.S. conservation bill could come late this summer or in the fall. Police in New Brunswick are searching for the driver of a vehicle after a hit and run Thursday on the Trans-Canada Highway. According to RCMP, a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in the westbound lane near Sackville around 5 Thursday morning. The victim is in hospital with life-threatening injuries, and police say at this time it appears to be a hit and run. Westbound traffic was diverted to a rural road for hours until the highway reopened around noon. RCMP asking the public for any information they may have on this crash. Nova Scotia's Justice Minister says he has great concerns regarding the wrongful conviction case of a Dartmouth man who spent 18 months in jail after a case of mistaken identity. Now calls for greater accountability are being made, but the province says it's looking into what went wrong. In January 2024, Brandon Claim was sentenced and served a year and a half in prison after he was wrongfully convicted of charges that included child luring and possession of child pornography. Court documents show that police mistook his username for one that was similar but not the same and used by a person online who had contacted and was messaging inappropriately with a 12-year-old Wisconsin girl through a messaging app. The Court of Appeal found that a username error led investigators to Claim, and despite finding no evidence linking him to the crimes, Claim was convicted and served his sentence before the conviction was overturned. The Justice Minister says he wants to get to the bottom of how this mistake was made.
I'm very concerned about this. I'm not sure how something like this can happen within the system. I've asked the public prosecution to give me a specific briefing on all the steps in this case. And once I have that, I'm going to make some decisions of what next steps will be. I feel terrible for Mr. Claimie and his family and anyone that was involved in this.
The Justice Minister says he and his department are open to meeting with Claimie and his legal advisor. He says he will meet with the Public Prosecution Service to discuss the case soon, but says he'll wait for that meeting before making any other decisions on compensation or calling for an inquiry. Finally, a comedy-filled weekend kicked off in Halifax last night, despite the very hot temperatures. The heat did not stop crowds of people from gathering at Garrison Grounds in Halifax for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival. People took up spots along the hill to get a good view and tried to find some shade before the sunset. Last night's headliner was Matt Rife. He'll be back on stage tonight. And into the weekend, Andrew Schultz will headline Saturday night's show, and Nikki Glazer takes the stage Sunday night. Now, at last check, there still were some tickets available, but if you want to get them, don't delay.
Yeah, they actually had to open 200 more seats in general admission for tonight for Matt Rife because there was such a high demand in it. But it's awesome because some tickets actually start at $29. So the afternoon show on Saturday starts at $29, and then the Sunday afternoon show is $39. So it's actually like an affordable way to
very
spend an
reasonable.
Yeah, absolutely, for single show tickets. And Dr. Phil, Adam Ray on Sunday is supposed to be absolutely hilarious.
I have my tickets for Saturday's show.
Nice.
Yes, and it's awesome because just in talking with Mike Anderson, how much work the comedians put in to find local lore and bring in local celebrities,
which is
important.
So, like, they're putting in a lot of work this year for it, and it should be a fantastic show. I was going to stay last night, and then I was like, oh, wait, I have to join you at the crack of dawn. So
and early. And stay tuned on the show because we're going to have more on the Comedy Fest coming up. Great Outdoors.
Park Ranger Donovan, me and Park Ranger Donovan, we had some ice slushies before our hit, so, you know.
He's
good
awesome.
All right, so there's the marathon, which you know. There's the ultra marathon, and then there's what this runner is planning.
I've done a couple 100-mile ultra marathons in the past, and I just love pushing my body to seeing what it's capable of doing.
Rudy from Ottawa is training for a 200-mile run that will take him across Alberta. He has 5 days to finish the 100-hour race. The run is a test of endurance for Rudy, as well as a tribute to his sister who lived with mental illness. Rudy starts his run on Monday. Amanda, do you want to join him?
Well, you know what? I'll join him for, let's say, 10 kilometers. Maybe 21, sure, why not? That many? Yeah, I'd be like that afterwards.
Yeah.
Wow, good on him, and for a great cause.
Isn't it impressive?
Yeah, that's incredible.
Wow.
It's amazing what the mind and body can do.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Better him than me.
Whew. Well, I'm telling you right now,
Tough.
I've been on the treadmill in their basement in the AC. I have not been running outside because it has been hot.
It's been hot.
And it's going to be hot again today. So Latavia has more on the weather coming up next. Plus, I'll have a look at your national and international news headline, including the latest with trade talks with the U.S. with Beauce Jour MP and Trade Minister Dominic LeBlanc. But the forecast is next. Hot, hot, hot. Maybe a great day to go on a sail on the Blue Nose, too. Look at those calm waters. We're golf day at the golf course there in the background. The forecast is next.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Friday. The time now is 6:14, taking a live look at a stunning shot of Bedeck. Glass water early this morning. Beautiful sunrise to start your day. 16 degrees as of right now. Temperatures will be heating up a little bit later. You're going to feel that heat into the afternoon. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 19 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, 20 in Charlottetown, 18 degrees early this morning in Fredericton, with 15 starting off your day in Labrador City, 10 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Still holding on to that heat warning for all three maritime provinces, extending now into the weekend forecast. Looking at daytime highs ranging from 28 to 33 degrees. Factor in that humidity, feeling more like 36 to 38. And then for our lows tonight, 17 to 20. Over to our forecast timeline. Sunshine for all three maritime provinces to start your day. For Newfoundland and Labrador, a bit of wet weather yet again today. Looking at a chance of showers to start your day for parts of Labrador. Periods of drizzle early in the morning for parts of Newfoundland. We will be seeing sunshine return, though, for much of Newfoundland into the afternoon. Holding on to precipitation for parts of Labrador. And then into the maritime region, a low chance of some isolated showers. A risk of thunderstorms moves into the afternoon. That will continue into tonight, clearing out before early Saturday morning, as we do have another sunny start to the day before a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms moves back in for much of the maritime region. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining light, though, for New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island, and Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador are going to see a bit of accumulation, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 2 to 5 for St. Anthony. Here's a look at our forecast today for New Brunswick. Still going to be quite a hot day ahead. Daytime highs will range from 28 degrees up to 33. Sunny start to your day. We're looking at some isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms this afternoon. A light wind across the province as well. For Prince Edward Island, holding on to sunshine throughout the day today with highs between 26 degrees in Surrey up to 29 in Charlottetown. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, mainly sunny skies to start your day. For eastern Nova Scotia, we do have some isolated showers. The risk of thunderstorms expected to move in. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, mainly sunny start to your day. Isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms expected for mainland Nova Scotia. Wind out of the west, 20 kilometers per hour. Highs between 23 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32. For Labrador City, we do have wet weather starting off after day. Periods of drizzle clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon with a high of 25. And 15 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Much of the same. Periods of drizzle to start your day, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Time is 6:17. Nasty is the word U.S. President Donald Trump used Wednesday to describe Canadians ahead of a high-stakes meeting in the U.S. Capitol between representatives of both countries. CTV's Mike LeCouture reports on the talks and the tension.
The meeting was scheduled for 30 minutes, but went on for an hour and a half, according to Dominic LeBlanc's office. The Canada-U.S. Trade Minister posted this photo on social media, describing his face-to-face with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer as constructive and detailed. A clear contrast to President Trump's comments Wednesday night.
Canada's nasty. They are. They're nasty.
At an aluminum plant hit hard by American tariffs, Prime Minister Carney had a more measured tone.
C'est une négociation tough.
He called the negotiations tough, conceding one could also use the word nasty. Carney made no apologies for wanting a comprehensive deal that addresses tariffs on the steel, aluminum, auto, and forestry sectors.
Will we get all of that by the 19th of August? We'll see. But we want to have pathways in order to get that.
Opposition leader Pierre Poilievre says Carney has gotten nothing for ditching the digital services tax on American tech firms and for removing counter tariffs on the U.S. He's suggesting leveraging our energy and potash exports.
We will build up a massive stockpile of these resources here in Canada, tailor-made for countries to buy in the event of a crisis if they give us tariff-free trade.
This former special advisor on Canada-U.S. relations to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau believes all options should remain on the table.
If we do end up being faced with these 50% tariffs as of mid-August, that we meet that in kind in some sort of reciprocal tariff retaliation.
Canada's supply-managed dairy sector has been an irritant to the Americans in these negotiations. Carney defended the decades-old policy, saying it helps consumers and farmers. Hardly a shock, considering he was also campaigning with his candidate for a by-election in Quebec at the end of this month.
That is CTV's Mike LeCouture reporting in Ottawa. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have your top business headlines on this Friday morning, plus your must-see moment from TSN. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
I must say, one of my favorite movies of all time.
It was so good. I've watched it so many times.
Aquafina.
Still waiting on a sequel, too.
Yes, because there's a book series. So
yes.
Can't wait for that. But for now, we don't have to wait for your must-see moments from our friends at TSN.
Wesley Jang, the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Thursday. And for that, we head to Chicago. Blue Jays Cubs extra innings winning run on third as Carson Kelly lines one up the middle. And Ernie Clement leaps out of nowhere and makes the catch, a game-saving stab to end the inning, making the catch at the top of his jump. Kelly thinks he'd won it, so does this fan. The Cubs would end up winning the game an inning later, but not before Clement earned himself the must-see moment. And tonight on TSN, we've got Week 10 action from the CFL. The Red Blacks taking on the Rough Riders. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. That's all for now from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
As Suzette Belliveau said, great catch by Clement, but unfortunately the Jays still lost.
Boo. All right, now we're going to switch gears and talk about your business headlines from our colleagues over at BNN.
Tim says its FIFA-inspired Timbits just didn't score with customers. The themed Timbits, like Canadian fireworks, fell flat. That forced Tim's to focus on melts and cold drinks to keep sales steady. Restaurant Brands International is the parent company. It also owns Burger King, which has been rebranded and is doing well in the U.S. and international markets. RBI's revenue for the quarter was just over $2.5 billion U.S. Canadian Natural Resources reported net earnings for its latest quarter of $4.5 billion. That's $3 billion more than the same quarter last year. Like many other Canadian oil companies, it is benefiting from the Middle East conflict that has sent the price of oil higher. Canada's top oil and gas producer is also raising its production target for the year. There were fewer sales of Toronto homes in July. They dropped about 1% year over year. Semi-detached sales were down almost 6%. Townhouse sales were down almost 3%. There was also a 12% drop in overall inventory. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is up to 71.35 U.S. West Texas Intermediate is up over $2 to 77.29 U.S. a barrel. Western Canadian Select is down to 58.93. And the TSX did not move much today, losing only 10 points. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Taking a look at our 3-day forecast, remaining hot in New Brunswick today at 33. Sunny start to your day, isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. And then on Saturday, cooling just a bit to 28. We do have scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms. And then on Sunday, 27 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud returns to start your day, but scattered showers return into the afternoon. For Nova Scotia, 33 today with isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the province. 31 on Saturday, looking at scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms moving in. And then on Sunday, 28 with isolated showers. For Prince Edward Island, 30 degrees today with sunny skies. 27 on Saturday, isolated showers move in. Sunday, 23 with scattered showers.
Still to come, the Friday edition of our Move Morning Chat. And today we're asking, what's something you did not account for as you got older? That and so much more coming up on the Friday edition of CTV.
Sometimes bread does do weird things to the body as you get older. You never know.
That is true.
You get a gluten intolerance as you get older.
Or dairy intolerance or something, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us on this Friday. Boy, we're still talking about the heat. I did go to the beach. I took my son to the beach last night, and it was gorgeous. It was so nice. As we know, our waters are refreshing. Yeah, so it was hot on the sand, but cool in the water. Great combination.
Absolutely.
But like warmer than other years, as the warm weather warms the water.
It is true. It does help with that.
Science.
Science. I'm not sure about the Petitcodiac River, though.
There.
Well, it looks beautiful to start your day in Moncton. As of right now, 17 degrees. The sun is shining early on. Sun will continue to shine at least throughout the morning before a chance of showers. A risk of thunderstorms moves in. 18 degrees in Fredericton with 20 in Charlottetown, 19 degrees in Halifax this morning, 17 in Happy Valley Goose Bay, cooler into St. John's, Newfoundland at 10 degrees. Keep in mind sun safety if you are heading out today. The UV index still remains very high across all 3 maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking moderate to very high throughout your day today. We do still have some active weather to start your day for parts of the region, but still holding on to that heat, as you can see here with the heat warnings in effect until this weekend. So for Labrador to start your day, periods of drizzle and or showers. For Newfoundland, we are going to see periods of drizzle as well move in for parts of the province. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms for parts of the Maritime region this afternoon. In terms of the wind, remaining light today, 22 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 11 in Charlottetown. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And as Latavia mentioned, most of the Maritimes remain under a heat warning for a third day. Whether it's shelters, encampments, or on the streets, this heat wave certainly impacting those living outside. The Nova Scotia government, City of Halifax, and nonprofits are offering support where they can.
The last couple of days, I didn't get any energy up to do work in my camper or around it because it was so hot.
We're giving snacks, just doing wellness checks, checking in to make sure that everybody's okay, passing out clothing, lighter clothing.
Souls Harbor Rescue Mission says their team serves up to 1,500 meals a day across Nova Scotia. The province has 9 service providers and outreach teams helping those living outside with water, hats, sunscreen, and extra beds in emergency shelters. These heat warnings could continue into the weekend in some places. Latavia has more details in her full forecast after our next break. Prices at the pumps in all 3 maritime provinces are down for a second or even third time this week. Here are the new numbers. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas fell by 9.7 cents overnight. The minimum price now $1.70.5 a litre. And diesel in Nova Scotia dropped by 9.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, prices fell for a third time this week. This time by 3.5 cents. The minimum price $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price $2.28.7 a litre. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 5.8 cents. The maximum price $1.79.8. And diesel dropped by 2.8 cents. The maximum price $2.35.6. In the past week, overall, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents a litre. That's since last Friday. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across the country. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were nearly 500 e-scooter hospitalizations. That's a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. Police in New Brunswick are searching for the driver of a vehicle after a hit and run Thursday on the Trans-Canada Highway. According to the RCMP, a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in the westbound lane near Sackville around 5 Thursday morning. The victim is in hospital with life-threatening injuries, and police say at this time it appears to be a hit and run. Westbound traffic was diverted to a rural road for hours until the highway reopened around noon. The RCMP asking the public for any information on this crash. Finally, NASA astronauts took a long and not so leisurely walk outside the International Space Station Thursday. We've got the video to prove it. Now, this spacewalk, all business, as the pair installed hardware and modified the station for the future installation of a new solar panel. Very specialized solar panels, as you can imagine. The spacewalk operation lasted about 6.5 hours as well.
What?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
What happens if you just float away?
I'm not an expert with NASA, but I do think that they have a lot of safety precautions and protocols in place.
You know what happens if that happens.
I don't know. I don't know about that one.
They've got some good rope.
Oh, yeah.
It's so dark.
Pull back.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Wow. Oh, no, all good.
All right. Well, that's impressive.
Yeah,
Thank you for that.
You're very welcome. Very intense solar panel installation.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah, I feel like they deserve a raise for that one. All right, we'll keep the magic back down on Earth. Nothing's more magical than making someone's dream a reality.
I think probably the greatest compliment you could give any of us was, we're going to make an attraction out of your movie.
A new feature documentary is being released August 20th. It's called Disney World Builders. We get to step inside the world of some of the greatest stories and storytellers like James Cameron and Jon Favreau. This documentary explores how movies and franchises like Frozen are turned into immersive worlds across the Disney parks. And
what a dream.
We know someone likes Disney World in Amanda Debison's household.
yeah. It's funny because we don't talk about it a lot at home, but we've got our kid asking a lot about it.
Well, it is a magical time.
Absolutely.
I've been dying to go back. I just,
Yeah, unfortunately.
A lot of Disney dollars.
A lot of Disney dollars. Gotta save those Disney pennies.
Yeah.
Treehouse dollars.
Well, you know what you can do instead? You can travel over to Digby, Nova Scotia.
Same.
Same.
I'll be doing that at the end of August. Wow, look at how warm it is this morning. Great day for a walk.
It does look magical.
It's blinding.
It's magical in its own right. The forecast is next.
Good morning and happy Friday. The time now is 6:41, taking a live look at a very sunny day ahead in Summerside. 20 degrees as of right now, and we'll be heating up a little bit later on. So keep that in mind when you are heading out. Practice sun safety. We are seeing temperatures already quite warm for the Maritime region, heating up further as we are still dealing with this heat warning in effect. 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 in Charlottetown, 18 degrees in Fredericton, 15 degrees starting off your day in Labrador City, 12 degrees in St. Anthony. Here's a look at that heat warning going into the weekend for parts of the Maritime region. Daytime highs will range from 28 to 33, still factoring in that humidity, feeling more like 36 to 38, and lows for tonight, 17 to 20. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Sunshine to start your day for all three Maritime provinces. A bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland, but we're still dealing with periods of drizzle for parts of that province. For Labrador, periods of drizzle, a chance of showers starts off your day, will remain into the forecast for this afternoon for much of the province. Into the Maritime region, a low chance of some shower activity. A risk of thunderstorms will move in for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. That will take us into tonight. A chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms into this evening. Clearing out before early Saturday morning, though, as we will be starting the day off with sunshine before precipitation moves back in. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for the Maritime region, seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters of additional precipitation for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 2 to 5 for St. Anthony. Another hot day ahead for New Brunswick with daytime highs will ranging from 28 to 33. Sunny skies to start your day. A chance of showers moving in this afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Prince Edward Island holding on to sunny skies throughout the day today across the island. Daytime highs ranging from 26 to 29, being the warmest into Charlottetown. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine to start your day. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected for eastern Nova Scotia. And we are going to see daytime highs ranging from 23 degrees in Canso up to 31. For the rest of Nova Scotia, pretty much the same. Lots of sunshine for mainland Nova Scotia. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Halifax, Bridgewater, and Shelburne. Labrador City looking at a bit of drizzle early in the morning, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 25. 15 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle to start your day, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Saturday's forecast, still going to see another hot day ahead for much of the Maritime region, holding on to that heat. We will be seeing the sunshine and then increasing cloudiness, looking at some scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms for parts of Prince Edward Island, as well as into New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Now, Newfoundland, Labrador still seeing some sunshine, but also seeing a chance of showers return as well. Into our forecast for Saturday night, we're going to see that precipitation become a bit steadier for the Maritime region. That takes us into our forecast for Sunday. A chance of showers expected for all three Maritime provinces. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to the Move Morning Chat. Welcome to the Monday edition of the Move Morning Chat with Crash and Sarah. This morning we are asking you, what is something that is better homemade than store-bought? Tell us, what is your answer?
Oh boy. Well, I think you can just about say anything is homemade is better than store-bought. But my wife right now is really into sourdough. She started the whole starter culture thing, and there's been some trials and tribulations with the bread. But once she finally started to get it, it's like, yeah, even a loaf that hasn't turned out maybe quite as expected is still better than going out and buying it. It's so good to cut into that fresh out of the oven. Like, come on, you can't beat that. And anytime you make homemade bread, I feel like you're winning. You know what I mean? And all the other things that go along. She uses the starter for everything, like all kinds of recipes, whether it be like breads or doughs or dumplings or biscuits, and none of it has calories because it's homemade. So it's good.
A win-win.
Yeah, right. One thing I thought of when you asked this question that I don't think we talk enough about is muffins. How truly nasty some store-bought muffins can be. I feel like maybe you've got your one trusted brand, the couple that you go to if you just want something quick and easy. But why are the rest of them greasy? Like, I'm scared. Why are they like that? They're truly something I think they need to be crafted in a home or a bakery and not some weird factory. Because honestly, even the worst of the good homemade muffins are still pretty good. Yes. Like, I'll have them all. No problem.
Sarah, you are preaching to the choir because that's how I feel. I love to make homemade muffins, much prefer them. My husband likes the store-bought ones. I will never eat them. They're expensive.
I do eat them too. Yeah, but I love when I make them fresh.
Davey's like, I'll take them.
Yeah, it's not the same for sure. Especially during the fall season, I'm making pumpkin cupcakes and yum. But yeah, I'm guilty of that too. If I can't have the time to bake it, I'm buying it store bought.
Like when it says made with blueberry-like. Like it's not even with real blueberries. My favorite thing, and I have to say, once you have the main ingredients, which can be expensive, but once you have them, like the combinations are endless. It's your own salad dressing. Making your own, like you just have to have some oil, some vinegar, a few spices. I just take like an old mason jar, shake it all up, and it's just a little bit of effort. It's not that hard, and it tastes remarkably better than what you would buy from a store.
I gotta try that. I've never done that at home before.
Easy peasy.
I have a hard time getting a Caesar salad anywhere other than in our home because my wife's got a recipe from her mother, and it's the best I've ever had. It's so good.
We're going to Crash's house after this.
Absolutely.
We'll send you the recipe.
For me, I would have to say whipped cream.
Ooh, good point.
Once I had homemade whipped cream, I've never attempted this yet myself, but once I've had it homemade, I didn't really like whipped cream before, but I'm telling you, I would just eat it right out of the container. So delicious. Something that I've put on my to-do list to try because I don't know what my mom's friend was putting in it, but oh my God, it was good. Yeah.
Game changer, huh? Awesome.
I like how all we just talked about was food for homemade.
Right.
Yeah. Could be anything.
Crashes for supper tonight, Latavia's for dessert. Can't wait.
It's perfect. We're throwing the question to you at home. Do you agree with us, or is there something we missed? Let us know. What is something that is better homemade than store-bought? Could be food, could be something else. Send us a text at 10400. We will share your answers a little later.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Time now is 6:51, so let's head over to Hollywood for a look at your entertainment headlines.
A movie about the life and career of football legend John Madden has been sidelined from theaters. Instead, the David O. Russell-directed movie starring Nicolas Cage as the football coach turned broadcaster turned video game namesake will stream directly on Prime Video November 18th. The movie also stars Christian Bale as iconic Raiders owner Al Davis. Rihanna found love in a hopeless place, and she may be finding herself back in the recording studio, at least according to her partner A$AP Rocky, who told BET's The Jason Lee Show that Rihanna is working on something. He didn't offer more details, but any Rihanna album would be her first since 2016.
Charlize in front!
And happy birthday to Charlize Theron, the Oscar-winning actress who features in this summer's blockbuster The Odyssey, turns 50 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Jacqueline Lee, ABC News, Los Angeles.
We spoke about this a little earlier in the show, but the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival kicked off last night in Halifax with thousands of people laughing the night away on the Garrison grounds.
Yeah, when I was there, we went live from at 5 and at 6. Doors opened at 5:30, and people started coming in right at door open. So that was awesome. And it's amazing because they are doing an accessibility section as well. So for people who can't necessarily get up the hill, they're treated like VIPs, but it's still a general admission price. So lots of fantastic things happening over at the Garrison grounds, and I was able to catch up with Park Ranger Donovan ahead of those festivities.
All right, we are here on the Wanderers grounds for the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, and it wouldn't be that without Park Ranger Donovan. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you, and welcome to the park.
Great. So what do we have on the docket?
Well, comedy, and comedy. Matt Rife tonight, and then, oh my gosh, Adam Reyes, Dr. Phil is going to be here. Trevor Wallace is going to be here. It just keeps going on. Nikki Glazer's going to be here. What else? Who else do you need to talk about?
You.
I'll be here. That's... Yeah, it's going to be an amazing show. We've just managed to release a few more tickets for tonight. So if you tried and couldn't get tickets, try again. We'll make sure we want to get you out here to hashtag Fill the Hill. Hashtag Fill the Hill.
Oh, are we going to get a song performance from you as well?
There always will be a song, yeah. I'll be singing, I'll be dancing, I'll be giving away presents.
Well, if someone's never been here and never seen your act and never seen any of these comedians, what's your messaging to them?
Where the heck have you been your entire life? What is going on? Yeah, you're going to see the greatest comedians in the world in the most beautiful venue on the entire planet, Garrison Hill. This is like, honestly, like, look around. This place is fantastic. And the weather's going to be good. So pack accordingly. You might need a hat, a parasol, as they say in France, and, you know, whatever. Don't worry about the fluids. We got you taken care of here.
He's actually a pretty good park ranger because he was giving me a lesson on birds when I first got here.
That is true, and I picked up your garbage. So
so you are a full-fledged park ranger.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
How long have you been certified, sir?
My entire life. Triple grade A beef right here.
All right, so lastly for people.
It's more Wagyu. A lot of fat in there. It's marbling. Serious marbling. But fat equals flavor. Sorry.
You know, I love it. I love everything about it. We need the nitty-gritty details, though, of who, what, when, where, why, how.
This weekend, greatoutdoorscomedyfestival.com. Get your tickets there. Check us out. Remember, come on, show up and fill the hill. We want to see you out here. We love you, Halifax. And the drunker you are, the funnier the show, I think is what... That's what I tell the ladies.
Do you get funnier as well?
No. I just get weird and then sad. No, of course. I think I'm hilarious. So, yeah.
That's fair. As long as you think so.
Yeah, that's all that matters. Yeah, no, come on down. The weather's going to be great. The biggest acts in the world are going to be here, and we want to see you down here as well. So,
what's your favorite part of the show?
I love making people laugh. I just want people to have a good time. Bringing joy is my message and my goal. I just want people to have a really great time.
Well, they always do with you around.
Please.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we'll send it back to you.
All right, taking another look at our 3-day forecast for this weekend in New Brunswick. Heating up to 33 today. A sunny start to your day. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. 28 on Saturday. Scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms across the province. On Sunday, 27 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud to start. A chance of showers returns into the afternoon, though. For Nova Scotia, 33 degrees today. Sunny skies to start your day. Isolated showers for parts of the province with a risk of thunderstorms. 31 on Saturday. A mix of sun and cloud to start your day. Scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms returns across the province. And then on Sunday, cooling down just a bit to 28. A mix of sun and cloud with isolated showers. Prince Edward Island, 30 degrees today. Sunny skies across the island. 27 on Saturday. Isolated showers will move in. And on Sunday, 23 degrees with scattered showers across the island.
It's Friday, August 7th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. We'll have those details just ahead in your news headlines.
And Bravo Festival. Give a big round of applause for young audiences. We'll learn about the professional performing arts experiences built specifically for kids and families. We'll raise the curtain on that in about 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. We've officially made it to Friday, the end of the work week. Time now is 7 o'clock. Another hot day ahead.
Yes.
Yeesh.
Yeesh. She's a hot one.
Oh, yeah.
We'll take it, though.
Yeah, it's going to cool down. So into the weekend for the Maritime region starts to cool back down and moderate. Yeah, I know. And some people not happy about that. Some others are waiting for that relief. So we are going to see that into the weekend. But for now, enjoy that hot weather.
Yeah.
It's good. Well, I was thinking about the Great Outdoors Comedy Festival, the fact that it's been pouring down rain sometimes. People still get out there.
Oh, yeah.
Go to the beach like over at White Point.
Right? And it's nice to start the day. 15 degrees as of right now, clear skies. We will be seeing sunshine remain in your forecast for today, but we do have a chance of showers for parts of the region today. 19 degrees in Halifax, 20 to start your day in Charlottetown, 18 in Fredericton, with 15 degrees in Labrador City, 10 degrees early this morning in St. John's, Newfoundland. Keep in mind sun safety when you are heading out, as the UV index still remaining very high across all 3 maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, tracking moderate to very high due to some active weather we're still seeing. Heat warning remains in effect for all 3 maritime provinces, extending into the weekend forecast for parts of the maritime region. And here's a look at our satellite and radar. Sunny skies to start your day for all 3 maritime provinces. A low chance of showers will return, though, for parts of the maritime region into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Newfoundland and Labrador seeing periods of drizzle and a chance of showers clearing out for parts of Newfoundland. In terms of our wind forecast, going to remain quite light for all 3 maritime provinces today. 22 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 11 into Charlottetown with no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your long-range forecast just ahead. First, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across the country. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were nearly 500 e-scooter hospitalizations. That's a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. For vehicles, prices at the pumps in all 3 maritime provinces are down for a second or third time this week. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas fell by 9.7 cents. The minimum price now $1.70.5 a litre. And diesel in Nova Scotia dropped by 9.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, prices fell for a third time this week, this time by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price $2.28.7. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 5.8 cents. The maximum price now $1.79.8. And diesel dropped by 2.8 cents. The maximum price now $2.35.6 a litre. In the past week, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents since last Friday. Nova Scotia's Justice Minister says he has great concerns regarding the wrongful conviction case of a Dartmouth man who spent 18 months in jail after a case of mistaken identity. Now, calls for greater accountability are being made, but the province says it's looking into what went wrong. In January 2024, Brandon Clamy was sentenced and served 18 months in prison after he was wrongfully convicted of charges that included child luring and possession of child pornography. Court documents show that police mistook his username for one that was similar but not the same and used by a person online who had contacted and was messaging inappropriately with a 12-year-old Wisconsin girl through a messaging app. The Court of Appeal found that a username error led investigators to Clamy, and despite finding no evidence linking him to the crimes, Clamy was convicted and served his sentence before the conviction was overturned. The Justice Minister says he wants to get to the bottom of how this mistake was made.
I'm very concerned about this. I'm not sure how something like this can happen within the system. I've asked the public prosecution to give me a specific briefing on all the steps in this case. And once I have that, I'm going to make some decisions of what next steps will be. I feel terrible for Mr. Clamy and his family and anyone that was involved in this.
The Justice Minister says he and his department are open to meeting with Claimie and his legal advisor. He says he will meet with the Public Prosecution Service to discuss the case soon, but says he'll wait for that meeting before making any other decisions on compensation or calling for an inquiry. Finally, a Nova Scotia nurse recently received a special recognition. Karen Hall accepted her award for Internationally Educated Nurse of the Year. This ceremony was held in Halifax by the Nova Scotia Internationally Educated Nurses Network. The award recognizes exceptional leadership, dedication, and professional excellence in patient care. Hall practices on the pediatric medical unit at the IWK, caring for sick children and their families.
The feeling is so surreal, because when I came to Canada, I was not expecting an award like this at this moment, because there were so many times of uncertainty, challenges, doubts, not knowing if you truly belong. So this award is really honorable, and I'm humbled to receive this award. And it not only represents me, it represents every international educated nurse in Nova Scotia and Canada.
And Hall moved from Jamaica to Canada in 2013. A big congratulations from all of us here at CTV Atlantic to Karen. What a nice recognition to have.
Absolutely incredible.
Great work. Great work that she does, you know, day in, day out. So
the hospital patients, clearly very lucky to have her.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Okay, so you love scary movies. Do you love scary movies?
Absolutely not.
Okay, perfect. Family films?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Ready? Yeah, they're all watching, you know.
They have a funny way.
Are you ready for round 2 of the Stone family? Because the beloved Christmas film, The Family Stone, is getting a sequel. The original was released in 2005 and starred the late Diane Keaton, of course. The same writer and director is now working on the second film. In a recent interview with Entertainment Tonight, Luke Wilson, who also stars in the film, the original, said he's ready. He's read the script, rather, and it's really funny. Did you guys see it?
Yes.
No.
Amanda Debison.
She's seen nothing.
Except the Odyssey 12 times.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen the Odyssey.
Yeah.
Some of my favorite actors are in that movie.
Yes, absolutely. Sarah Jessica Parker, love her.
I know it's well loved, and it's a Christmas movie that people like to watch every year.
Yeah. It's not one of my faves, to be honest. I love all the actors. It's a great movie. It's not something I've rewatched every year, but it's a good one.
It's not, it's not my favorite Diane Keaton movie either.
Exactly.
My favorite Diane Keaton movie has to be Because I Said So.
Ooh, add it to the list.
Add it to the list.
This past Christmas was the first time I watched the Holiday. First time.
I can't.
Yeah.
I can't be
I don't think she's from our time.
No.
Too busy watching Home Alone over and over again.
I can't with Santa Claus. Have you seen Love Actually?
Yes. Oh, yeah, of course.
My sister hasn't.
Oh, no.
I've never seen it.
See.
But that's by choice. I didn't want to see it.
You didn't want to see it.
I know it.
Okay. I'm done with this conversation.
We're going to... Again, we're going to have this like movie club. Like instead of a book club, we're going to meet once a month and share movies and explain why they're so important.
Excellent.
All right, if it's too hot for you, maybe you'll stay inside, go to a movie theater in the AC. Latavia has more details on just how hot it's going to be today. Plus, we'll have a look at your national news headlines as well. We're going to have a wider look at the big drop in gas prices. It's not just us seeing it here in Atlantic Canada, it's across the country. But before that, it is the forecast. Let's go to Kitty Vitty in Newfoundland. Beautiful morning for a walk there. Details on the forecast next.
Good morning and welcome back. Just in time for the ferry to dock early this morning in St. John, New Brunswick. 16 degrees to start your day. Lots of sunshine in store for you early this morning before a chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms moves in. Weather is brought to you by Cummins, trusted home, standby generators. 19 degrees starting off your day in Halifax with 21 in Charlottetown. Currently 18 degrees in Fredericton with 15 in Labrador City, 11 degrees over in Gander. Keeping in mind, a heat warning remains in effect for all 3 maritime provinces, now extending into the weekend forecast for parts of the maritime region. Daytime highs will range from 28 to 33. Factor in that humidity, feeling more like 36 to 38. And lows for tonight ranging from 17 to 20. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Sunny start to the day for all 3 maritime provinces. Seeing a bit of sunshine return for parts of Newfoundland. We do have periods of drizzle expected early in the morning for parts of Labrador. Will clear out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud for parts of the province. Still holding on to precipitation for much of the province, though. And then for Newfoundland, we do have periods of drizzle for parts of the province. Into the maritime region, isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected to move in for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. That will take us into early Saturday morning. We are going to see precipitation clear out, leaving sunshine early in the morning on Saturday before scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms returns. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, going to remain quite light for the maritime region. For Newfoundland and Labrador, still remaining quite light, but seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 2 to 5 for St. Anthony. Heating up yet again for New Brunswick today. Daytime highs will range from 27 degrees up to 33. A sunny start to your day. We do have a low chance of showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected this afternoon. For Prince Edward Island, holding on to sunshine all throughout the day today. Daytime highs between 26 degrees in Surrey up to 29 in Charlottetown. Light wind also expected. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, mainly sunny skies today, although we do have some isolated showers expected into the afternoon for eastern Nova Scotia. A risk of thunderstorms with highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 32 degrees in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same. Lots of sunshine, another hot day ahead. Isolated showers and risk of thunderstorms for mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon, with daytime highs between 23 in Yarmouth up to 32. For Labrador City, a high of 24 degrees today. Periods of drizzle to start the day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland, looking at periods of drizzle also starting off the day, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to meteorologist Kaylin Mitchell.
This is your Campfire Conditions Report brought to you by Pine Acres RV, where customers become friends with the building heat and drier conditions. Much of New Brunswick right now, you are not allowed to have a campfire. There's a few exceptions. Restigouche, Madawaska, Victoria, and St. John counties. There, you can have a campfire between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m. For the province of Nova Scotia, much of the province, you're allowed to have a campfire between the hours of 7 p.m. and 8 a.m. However, campfires are currently not allowed in Guysborough County as well as Antigonish County. And for the province of Prince Edward Island, campfires are currently allowed, but domestic brush burning only permitted between the hours of 8 p.m. and 8 a.m.
Thank you, Kaylin. Iran says it's in the final stages of drafting an agreement with Oman to reopen the Strait of Hormuz. The proposed deal would give Iran control over ships entering the strait, but there are still a few hurdles to clear. For one, the agreement would be contingent on the U.S. lifting its blockade of Iranian ports, and the U.S. is likely to object to Iran charging fees for vessels traveling through the strait. Now, the prospect of a deal in the Middle East has spurred a drop in gas prices here in Canada. Some parts of the country saw a 10-cent decrease overnight. But as CTV's Kathy Lee reports, the relief may not last.
Just hit $2.50.
That's what it costs to fill up this work truck, even at one of the cheapest gas stations in Calgary. Still, it's a welcome break for Jaden Bollier.
It's better than I've seen it in a little bit.
His company pays for the gas, but for this German tourist visiting Canada, it's coming out of his own pocket. All the more reason to fill up at 157.9 cents a liter.
This is the lowest price we saw during the last 3 weeks.
Gas prices are falling across much of the country. Ontario and Quebec saw overnight drops of about 10 cents a liter, with similar declines in parts of Western Canada, including Alberta.
Average prices, therefore, have dropped in accordance with the drop in the price of oil. It's at $75 a barrel right now, $76 as of this morning. It was $90 a barrel just a week and a half ago.
The conflict in the Middle East and the closure of the Strait of Hormuz sent oil and gas prices soaring. Now, hopes the waterway could reopen are helping bring them back down. But the longer-term outlook remains uncertain. This oil and gas expert says the world is still short of gasoline, diesel, and jet fuel.
We don't have a clear way on how it's going to resume normal operations once the war ends. And it's probable that we're going to end up in a situation where prices have to go higher to allocate the resources that are available.
For now, drivers are enjoying the savings.
Maybe about $30 or $50.
I mean, that's great, but I don't expect it's going to be long-lived.
Oil prices rose again today, and experts say that could push gas prices up 3 to 4 cents this weekend. Kathy Lee, CTV News, Calgary.
We'll have another look at your local prices coming up at 7:30. But another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll get details on a new theater festival for kids. That's up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It is 7:22, and the curtain will rise on a new theater festival next week, and this one is for the kids. Bravo Festival at Halifax's Bella Rose Art Centre is theater designed for young audiences from August 13th to 16th. The festival will showcase 10 professional shows that include ventriloquism, that's a hard word for me to say, dance, music, and more. So here to actually say the proper words is the festival's artistic director, Erin Morris, and executive director, Amy Moore. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you for having us. I can't do ventriloquism, and I can't say it, so that's a lot of fun for all of us.
That's why we bring in the professional.
Exactly. All right, so Erin, this is the inaugural year. Where did the idea come from, and how long has it been in the works for?
We've been thinking about this for a couple of years, and Amy and I worked together to do a student audience series for schools and classrooms. And we thought, well, kids need this in the summer too, not just during the school year. And so we just saw an opportunity, we saw the need, and that's sort of where it began. Would you agree?
Yeah, and families, getting families out to events and having the whole family look forward to something in the summer.
Absolutely, because then they can all come together. Obviously, this is showcased towards younger audiences, but why is it important to create a theater festival for the younger viewers specifically?
I think specifically in this day and age, the opportunity to get away from screens, the opportunity to see content in real life, the opportunity to learn how to be a patron of the arts, to learn how to attend things and to go out and do things with the whole family.
Put your phone down and be an active participant.
Yeah. I chatted with one of the artists, and she commented that they were at a show and a kid said, "Oh, look, that's the artist from the movie." And it was like, no, that was a live performance.
No, let's rewind that a bit. So it is very important to be immersed into the moment. Lots of shows to talk about, though, so tell us about them.
10 shows. We cover every type of performing arts. We've got a ventriloquist, Michael Harrison, who's world-renowned. He's been on America's Got Talent. He's an amazing comedian and a great show to create some good laughs and fun for the whole family. We have a dance piece with 3 questions. We have 2 theater pieces with the skeleton dance and the platypus play, all with fabulous meetings and fabulous conversations sparking ideas for families. A couple of music pieces with razzmatazz for kids, and lullabies from around the world, which is all different cultural lullabies with a classical musician. Then we have 2 cirque pieces with Ines Circus, Birdwatch, and Adventures of the Fairies. And our final show is The Comfort Tree with artist Holly Carr and bringing her book, The Comfort Tree, to life. So something for everyone.
That was impressive. That was literally, you guys can't see her right now because she's covered, but that was off the top of her head. That's amazing. Very impressive. Erin, what do you hope kids take away from the festival?
I think that we want a place where kids and their people, whether that's like their families, their grandparents, their babysitters, whoever, where kids can sort of like gather with their communities and just engage in imagination, creativity, and be treated like proper patrons of the arts, because the arts are for all of us, regardless of what age, and we really wanted to create a space where that's true for young people too, and for like the youngest, right? We've got pieces where you can bring your babies, right, and really enjoy in that respect. And we've got pieces that I think are just as appropriate for adults as they are for kids. So we're all, it's really a place for everybody. There's shows for everybody.
I love that. As a theater kid myself, that makes me very, very happy. Are there still spots available?
Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, we've got a nice little promotion starting today for 50% off tickets, and they're already very accessible tickets. The point being, we want people to get out and experience this event and to get out and enjoy live arts.
Absolutely. Oh my gosh, I love it. And so where can they find that information?
They can go to the bravofestival.ca website or the Bellerose Arts Center.
Amazing. All right, well, we will take a quick break. We have linked that to our website as well. Thank you both for being here today.
Thanks for coming. I hope you'll join us.
Good evening, Spalding. Hello.
What's the matter? What is the problem?
We're saying bye. And we're saying
bye. And we're saying hi. Yes, indeed we are. And we have good news for anyone traveling this weekend because prices are down at the pumps.
Oh, big time.
Which means you can spend more money on snacks.
That is true.
Especially if you're going on a road trip this summer and you need to fuel up. You know, you can head over to any of the Needs.
Yes.
Get your convenient snacks. For me personally, it would probably be an energy drink.
Mm.
You could really use one of those bad boys right now, you know?
Oh, an extra.
Boost up on this Friday.
Wake you up.
Yeah.
Well, and listen, get some extra liquids to hydrate because it's
that too.
super, super hot.
Yep. Yes.
Very quickly before we get to the weather, I just wanted to say hi. Erin Morris, my old drama teacher from Sackville High School.
Wow, really, eh?
Oh, yeah. Taught me improv. Skills I still use to this day.
Literally every 5 minutes.
Yeah, that is very accurate, yes.
It's true, but the Bravo Festival for Kids, Theater for Young People, I love that.
That's awesome,
And she was mentioning, too, about there's some shows you can bring young babies to, right?
Yes.
When you have really young ones, you know it can be hard for them to sit still. So I love that there's just this accessibility, right?
Yep, absolutely.
yeah.
And I love the one that's Lullabies from Around the World.
It's so cute.
Just so cute. So much fantastic stuff coming out of that festival. So if you need something to do, head on over.
Yeah.
You know?
Looking forward to it.
Especially if you need something to do indoors when it's raining.
Yeah. So beautiful start to the day, as you see over in Sambro. Clear skies, lots of sunshine. We are expecting a bit of precipitation to move into parts of the Maritime region for later today. 21 degrees to start your day in Charlottetown, 19 in Halifax with 18 in Fredericton, 11 degrees over in Cartwright, and 10 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Keeping in mind sun safety when you are heading out, the UV index is still tracking very high across all 3 maritime provinces. For Newfoundland and Labrador, due to precipitation, tracking moderate to very high throughout your day today. And we are still under a heat warning for the Maritimes until this weekend. Something also keep in mind, stay hydrated, practice sun safety. We are starting on the day off with sunshine. Pretty warm early this morning to start your day as well. Daytime highs rather hot for this afternoon, and a low chance of showers expected into the afternoon for the Maritime region with a risk of thunderstorms for New Brunswick and Nova Scotia. Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with periods of drizzle expected to clear out. And in terms of the wind forecast, remaining quite light for the Maritimes. As of right now, 24 kilometers per hour in North Cape with 15 in Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your weekend forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. And that's where we begin. Most of the Maritimes remain under a heat warning for a third day. Whether it's shelters, encampments, or on the streets, this heat wave is certainly impacting those who live outside. The Nova Scotia government, City of Halifax, and nonprofits, they're offering support where they can.
The last couple of days, I didn't get any energy up to do work in my camper or around it because it was so hot.
We're giving snacks, just doing wellness checks, checking in to make sure that everybody's okay, passing out clothing, lighter clothing.
Seoul's Harbor Rescue Mission says their team serves up 1,500 meals a day across Nova Scotia. The province has 9 service providers and outreach teams assisting those living outside, giving them extra water, hats, sunscreen, and also opening up extra beds in emergency shelters. The heat warnings could continue into the weekend in some places. Latavia will have more details in her full forecast after our next break. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across Canada. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were nearly 500 e-scooter hospitalizations, which is a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. To motorists now, prices at the pumps in all 3 maritime provinces are down for a second or third time this week. In Nova Scotia Zone 1, gas fell by 9.7 cents. The minimum price now $1.70.5 a litre. Diesel in Nova Scotia dropped by 9.8 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, prices fell for a third time this week, this time by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price now $2.28.7. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 5.8 cents. The maximum price now $1.79.8. And diesel dropped by 2.8 cents. The maximum price $2.35.6 a litre. In the past week, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents a litre since last Friday. 8 new garbage collectors are being hired in the Cape Breton Regional Municipality. It is the latest attempt to fix the inconsistent pickups that have been plaguing people ever since the city switched from contracting out solid waste collection to doing it themselves. But not everyone agrees with the move or the money it will cost.
Saying that I can't believe council, and myself included, right, that council approved $700,000 more with the mess that we're in right now.
I don't believe that what we did was to solve the issue. I think it was the next step in solving the issue. I think we're going to be back here in 6 months to look at how we can even do better.
The new hires will bring the number of CBRM garbage collection staff from 18 to 26. They're expected to be on the job within the coming days. Finally, pop music fans will be flocking to Moncton tomorrow for a big concert. Pop superstars, the Jonas Brothers, will be taking to the stage at the Université de Moncton. The last big concert at that venue was Guns N' Roses 3 years ago. Local restaurant owners say they want a stadium show in the center of the city every summer.
There's no doubt about it. I'm talking on behalf of all the pub and bar and restaurant owners. I wish there was just more of them, more concerts, because it does increase the foot traffic downtown.
It's awesome. I mean, obviously we want to have big names. We've hosted a number of big names over the years. So anytime you can do an outdoor show with a large act like that, well, obviously we're excited.
Moncton's Magnetic Hill concert site, meantime, they've seen some of the biggest names in music over the years, but it's sat idle since 2019. Now, downtown Moncton will be very busy on Saturday. It's not just the show that's happening. Also, Moncton's Pride Parade is also on Saturday as well.
Party all day long.
Party all day long.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone who's going to Jonas Brothers or going to the Pride Parade is super, super pumped for that, and I love to see that energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally am super, super pumped for this. It's the most wonderful time of the year because football is back on the screens.
I should have known.
The NFL season does kick off September 9th between Super Bowl champions, your Seattle Seahawks, and the New England Patriots. A little rematch. But last night, preseason kicked off with a Hall of Fame game.
What a great group. They get inducted on Saturday afternoon.
Yes, so Luke Kuechly, Larry Fitzgerald, Shout out to Adam Vinatieri, Roger Gregg, and of course, the Drew Brees were the inductees for this year's Hall of Fame. And this was actually a very exciting game to watch if you were taking in some football action. The final was 33-30 in favor of the Panthers. They came away with a last-minute scramble play. Quarterback, it was not the regular quarterback that was in. I cannot remember. Oh,
I'm impressed. Listen, you can pull off these sports stats off the top of your head, right?
But yeah, no, such a fantastic start to the season.
'Tis time.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
Yeah.
Brianne's entering her football era.
Yes, 1,000%.
Oh yeah.
Before we go to break, we want to remind you about the Moon Morning Chat and today's topic. Today we're talking about what is something that is better homemade than store-bought. I had mentioned salad dressing. Latavia mentioned whipped cream.
Whipped
cream.
Whipped cream.
Brianne, what's yours?
Better than...
It doesn't even have to be food. It could be anything. It's like, I'm going to do it myself. It's better.
I'm going to have to get back to you on that one.
Okay, we'll think about it.
There's too many things popping up in my head right now. So I'm going to have to narrow it down while we take a quick commercial break. I will figure this out for all y'all, and you'll have my reveal coming up.
Okay.
Okay. Longest tease ever. We'll have it.
Bated breath, you know?
Okay, a lot of us are going, with the forecast, we have another hot day.
Oh, I got it. Guacamole.
Oh, yes. Guacamole's better.
Sorry, gotta go.
All right, gotta go to break. We have the forecast next. Plus, our partners at Needs are here with some delicious treats and also some exciting news as well. Stick with us. Your Morning Atlantic will be right back.
Good morning and welcome back. The sun is shining over in Shelburne. 16 degrees to start your day. Temperatures will continue to rise quite hot into the afternoon. Time now is 7:44. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Cheston Home Standby Generators. 19 degrees this morning in Halifax with 17 in Yarmouth, 21 in Charlottetown this morning and 18 in Moncton, 15 degrees in Labrador City, 10 degrees in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to this heat warning for much of the Maritime region, now extending into the weekend forecast for parts of the Maritime region. Daytime highs will range from 28 to 33, not factoring in that humidex, is going to range around 36 to 38, and lows for tonight 17 to 20. Lots of sunshine to start your day for all three Maritime provinces. For parts of Newfoundland, also seeing some sunshine, but we do have periods of drizzle early in the morning. Periods of drizzle and a chance of showers for much of Labrador to start your day as well. Into the afternoon for New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia, we do have some isolated shower activity expected, a risk of thunderstorms as well. That takes us into tonight. A bit of wet weather remains, clearing out before early Saturday morning, though, as we do have sunshine to start the day into the forecast for the weekend. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for all three Maritime provinces. We do have a bit of precipitation accumulated for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, only seeing around 5 to 10 millimeters, though, for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 2 to 5 for St. Anthony. Heating up yet again today for New Brunswick. Daytime highs will range from 27 degrees in St. John up to 33. A sunny start to your day. Isolated showers expected into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For Prince Edward Island, holding on to heat and sunshine across the island today. Daytime highs between 26 degrees in Surrey up to 29 in Charlottetown. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, a sunny, hot day as well, at least to start. We do have some isolated showers expected for eastern Nova Scotia into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Daytime highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 32 today for Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same. Lots of sunshine to start your day, holding on to sunshine into the afternoon. But we do have a low chance of shower activity for mainland Nova Scotia, a risk of thunderstorms with highs between 23 degrees in Yarmouth up to 32 in Kentville, as well as Bridgewater and Shelburne. For Labrador City, quite warm today with a high of 24. Periods of drizzle will clear, leaving sunshine into the afternoon with 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle as well, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. Brianne?
Well, Latavia, it sounds like it's the perfect time to hit the open road and explore new places. And when you're on a road trip, of course, you want to make sure you're enjoying delicious snacks and goodies. And we have just the place for you to stop. So we're happy to welcome marketing specialist Jenny McGregor from our partners at Needs in studio today. Jenny, thank you so much for being here.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you.
Look, you have so many goodies. This is so exciting. Yes. I love it. It's a great display. I can't wait to dig in. But what does Needs have exciting-wise as far as our contest goes?
So right now we have a contest called Scene Plus Up Points for summer. And what happens is if you buy one of the participating products shown below, you are entered to win one of our weekly contests, prizes of 100,000 Scene Plus points.
Ooh.
And that, when you scan your Scene Plus card, of course.
Yes.
And that equals like $1,000 in points.
No, yeah, Scene Plus points are fantastic.
Yes.
I use them for groceries all the time.
Yep.
How long is it running for?
It's running until September 9th. Yes.
Okay, all right. So now until September 9th, perfect time, especially as people hit the open road. We have some of the participating products here, correct?
Oh, yes, exactly. These are all the products that when you buy. If you buy one, you'll get a point, an entry, sorry. And if you buy two, you get 2 entries. So, yes.
Amazing. All right, so what do we have going on here?
Well, we have Maynard's Red Berries, all the Maynard products, but these are, of course, my favorite. And Diet Pepsi, all our Pepsi products, Body Armor, Big Daddy cookies, Compliments chips, Red Bull, and there's a new product called Ride. They're functional shots.
Of energy?
Yes,
okay,
yes.
Well, I'm just going to need one of these. We're just going to, no.
Exactly.
Amazing. Okay, so let's talk about Scene Plus.
Okay.
It's been at Needs for a long time, but how do people earn?
Well, in store, when you purchase in store, for every $2 you spend, you get 1 Scene Plus point. And what's special about Needs is that when you purchase lottery, you earn Scene on a lottery.
Oh,
yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's good to know. A lot of people don't understand that.
Exactly, exactly. So, and like I said, you're always stopping into a convenience like Needs for your lottery, so you might as well be earning your Scene. But get your Scene card out and earn Scene Plus points.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So for people who have the Scene card built into their debit card, that counts?
No, you have to use your separate Scene Plus card.
Perfect.
Yes.
So that is good information to have. And then for people who want to know more information than what I've just provided and what you've just provided, where can customers go?
Well, of course, like when you're in store, please feel free to ask one of our friendly staff. And you can also visit needs.ca on our contest page.
Amazing.
Yes.
Love it so much.
Yes.
Okay, so what is your favorite thing on display here?
Well, I mentioned the Maynard's Red Berries and Diet Pepsi. Like, you can't go wrong with a cold drink on a summer day.
That's true.
What about you? What do you like here?
Red Bull gives you wins. As a morning show host, the Red Bull it is.
Exactly.
But we're going to head over to Health and Medical News with Amanda. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we're going to find out if Red Bull is actually good for me. Maybe, maybe not. Probably not. Amanda?
Don't worry, no energy drinks in your health this morning. Okay, a new study suggests that heat waves may contribute to speeding up biological aging, adding to growing concerns about climate change's impacts. It's one of the topics in your health. The study indicates that exposure to periods of extremely hot weather was significantly associated with the deterioration of body functions or longer-term physiological damage in middle-aged and older adults. The research from China involved more than 2,300 middle-aged and older adults who were at least 45 years old. It found an increase of 5 years in the biological age of participants over a 4-year period. Experts define biological age as the health and function of cells, body systems, and organs, while chronological aging is the number of years that an individual has been alive. One of the study's authors says investigating the link between heatwave exposure and biological aging could help in developing strategies to address climate change and identify individuals who may be most vulnerable to the effects of the long-term changes in weather patterns and temperatures. Finally, a new study shows just how important it is to keep a regular schedule. The study out of the University of Missouri found maintaining a daily schedule can lower physical pain and aid against depression, especially for older people struggling with insomnia. This includes when we wake up, eat, work or study, interact with others, and go to bed. Researchers looked at survey results from older adults, about half of whom had insomnia. They found those who reported having a regular daily routine had lower levels of physical pain and less depression compared to those without.
And And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 50th anniversary for Lisa and Ricky Guest of Parker's Cove, Nova Scotia.
Happy anniversary. What a fantastic photo.
Absolutely.
It's also a 50th anniversary for Joey and Norma Barrio of Haneytown, New Brunswick.
Happy anniversary.
Love the Jays hat.
It's also a 50th anniversary for Daryl and Marlene Jefferson of Upper Clements, Nova Scotia.
What a cute photo. Happy anniversary to you too. It's also a 50th anniversary for Steve and Mary Pick of Fall River, Nova Scotia.
Happy anniversary. It's also a 50th anniversary for Barry and Faye Alones of Hepville, Nova Scotia.
Happy anniversary to you too. And it's a 65th anniversary for Marcel and Margaret Perriard of Hunters Mountain, Nova Scotia.
Then and now.
Then and now.
Happy anniversary. And now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones. More milestones, I should say. It's
Saturday, yes.
Saturday, yes. It's a 67th anniversary for Gerald and Anna Amer of Clare, Nova Scotia.
A happy anniversary. We hope you enjoy your special day. Of course, to see your milestone again or to find out how to submit one, visit the website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder that milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance. Now to credit concerns. If you've been using your MasterCard or Visa or Amex to pay for essentials, you're not alone.
Absolutely. More and more Canadians are relying on credit cards to make ends meet. But as CTV's Vanessa Wright reports, that just creates more money problems.
It's as easy as a swipe. And while many people are keeping up with their credit bills, a new Equifax survey found 1 in 4 Canadians can only afford minimum monthly payments on their credit cards.
And even worse than that, an additional 7% more than that said actually they may not be able to make their minimum payments at all. So, some real indications coming out of the survey that maybe financial stress is still a bit of a challenge for many individuals right now.
And it's not exactly frivolous spending. The survey found 29% of people are using more credit than a year ago for essential expenses.
So things like groceries, things like your utility bills, that actually, more reliance in terms of putting that on the credit card.
With the rising cost of food, gas, and more, Maritimers say it's no shock people are borrowing money for a boost.
Most people don't make enough money to cover the general cost of living these days, and there's a culture of encouragement to use credit.
Especially in Nova Scotia, the prices of groceries here are not low or affordable for many people.
But is credit the smartest choice?
What you're doing is taking today's problem and pushing it off to tomorrow.
Financial planner Wendy Brookhouse says credit can be helpful, but not if you drag payments out.
Because when you start looking at total interest paid over the course of a year, and you start thinking, wow, if I had paid that down and I had avoided that, how much more would I have in my day-to-day spending now?
The survey also revealed 23% of people are drawing on savings to cover day-to-day costs, 41% are concerned about unforeseen emergency expenses, and 44% worry they are not saving enough for retirement. Brookhouse says people looking to save money need to ask the right questions.
1, is it worth it? 2, do I need to do it right now? And 3, am I doing it for the right reasons? Because sometimes it's a pressure thing. Oh, I feel like I have to keep up, or I have to help my kids keep up, or what have you.
Vanessa Wright, CTV News.
Taking another look at our weekend forecast, 33 degrees in New Brunswick, a sunny start to the day, isolated showers and risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon, cooling down just a bit to 28 on Saturday, scattered showers, and we are expecting a bit of shower activity on Sunday with a high of 27. 33 degrees today for Nova Scotia, isolated showers for parts of the province, the risk of thunderstorms continues into Saturday with 60% chance of showers, 31 degrees and 28 on Sunday. 30 degrees in Prince Edward Island today, lots of sunshine, isolated showers expected on Saturday and Sunday, scattered showers.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
It's Friday, August 7th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. We'll take a closer look at that just ahead in your news headlines.
And it's food Food Truck Friday. We're on location where a number of food trucks will be hanging out this weekend. That and so much more coming up on the Friday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
Hey, good morning. It's 8 o'clock on your Friday morning on what was a short work week for so many of us. We're heading into the second weekend of August.
Yeesh.
And it is a hot one, too. Has been for the past few days. Some of that heat going to be lingering. So take that in mind if you're going to any number of the festivals that we have going on this weekend.
Festival season.
Hydrate yourself with water.
Hydrate. It's so true. With water.
Yeah.
Yeah, it can get you quickly.
Well, yeah, alcohol dehydrates you, right? So you have to keep in mind that you also need some aqua.
News to me at 37.
Yeah, that. I have to remind myself, too. I'm like, okay, instead of having so much coffee, have the water.
That, too, yes. Also dehydrating.
Oh,
nice, though, especially needed.
What about an energy drink? That's hydrating, right?
It'll give you wings, I've been told.
I think I heard a pop.
Woo! Yeah, people in our control room right now.
Yeah, 100%. You know, sometimes you just need a little boost, but yes, balance that with water. They say water's good for you.
Good for the soul.
Needed.
Needed. Like, jump in the water.
Water everywhere, not a drop to drink.
Oh, rhyme of the ancient mariner. Love it. Great reference.
Okay. We are taking a live look, as you can see, of Halifax. 19 degrees to start your day. Lots of sunshine early on. We do have a low chance of showers, though, expected into the afternoon and evening. Something to keep in mind when you are heading out for the day. 21 degrees in Charlottetown, 18 degrees in Fredericton, 17 right now in Happy Valley Bay, 11 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Keeping in mind sun safety when you are heading out today and soaking up the sunshine. It's still remaining very high across all three maritime provinces. UV index is tracking moderate to very high for both Newfoundland and Labrador. And we still remain under a heat warning for all three maritime provinces, and like Amanda mentioned, extending into parts of the Maritimes into the weekend. And for the satellite and radar today, we are looking at sunny skies early in the morning for the Maritime region, extending into parts of Newfoundland. But we are going to see a bit of precipitation in the forecast as well. A chance of showers, a risk of thunderstorms for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia this afternoon. Newfoundland and Labrador dealing with periods of drizzle. Pretty light wind for all three maritime provinces today. Currently 24 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 15 in Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast in just a bit, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across the country. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were nearly 500 e-scooter hospitalizations. That's a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. Prices at the pumps in all three maritime provinces are down for a second or third time this week. In Nova Scotia, Zone 1, the Halifax area, gas fell by nearly 10 cents a litre. The minimum price now $1.70.5. And diesel in Nova Scotia also dropping by nearly 10 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In Prince Edward Island, prices fell for a third time this week. This time overnight by 3.5 cents. The minimum price now $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price $2.28.7. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by nearly 6 cents a litre. The maximum price $1.79.8. Diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The maximum price now $2.35.6. In the past week, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents a litre. That's since last Friday. Police in New Brunswick still searching for the driver of a vehicle after a hit and run Thursday on the Trans-Canada Highway. According to the RCMP, a pedestrian was struck by a vehicle in the westbound lane near Sackville around 5 Thursday morning. The victim is in hospital with life-threatening injuries, and police say at this time it appears to be a hit and run. Traffic was diverted to another road until the highway reopened around noon. The RCMP asking the public for any information to contact them. On the water, there are concerns over a move by the U.S. to delay new protections for the critically endangered North Atlantic right whale until 2035. The delay south of the border is meant to allow time to draft new measures with fewer implications for the fishing industry. But a senior conservation biologist for the Canadian Wildlife Federation says this U.S. bill delay could be devastating for the population.
And if the U.S. reduces their efforts to eliminate these harms, then all the more reason what Canada is doing is so much more important.
So the concern now is that yes, the population seems to have stabilized, but we know that it can switch on a dime. And so our concern is if we start to see an uptick again in entanglements or mortalities from entanglements, we're not going to be able to do anything about it.
With a population of only about 380, the North Atlantic right whale is classified as severely endangered. The next vote on the U.S. conservation bill could come later this summer or into the fall. As Latavia mentioned, most of the Maritimes remain under a heat warning for a third day. Whether it's shelters, encampments, or on the streets, this heat wave impacting those who live outside. The Nova Scotia government, City of Halifax, and nonprofits are offering support where they can.
The last couple of days, I didn't get any energy up to do work in my camper or around it because it was so hot.
We're giving snacks, just doing wellness checks, checking in to make sure that everybody's okay, passing out clothing, lighter clothing.
The province has 9 service providers and outreach teams assisting those living outside with water, hats, sunscreen, and extra beds in emergency shelters. The heat warnings could continue into the weekend in some places. Latavia will have more details in her full forecast after our next break. Speaking of heat, as the second season of the smash hit Heated Rivalry gets set to film, well, there's a big woo-woo around here. Those behind the show, they're actually asking some fans for some space. The hit Crave series is preparing to film parts of its second season in Toronto. The 2 stars have both been spotted in the city over the past few weeks, but with excited fans eager to see the stars in the filming process, the production company asking fans to keep their distance. The show posted a thank you to fans for their support, enthusiasm, and kindness, but added, if you happen to come across one of our filming locations, please give our cast and crew the space they need to do what they do best. We promise it will be worth the wait. Season 2 is expected to premiere in April. And sticking with Heated Rivalry, have you been seeing this? This is the $2 tote bag from Canadian Tire. It's going viral because star Hudson Williams, he's been seen carrying one around. So you might have a hard time finding it because it's the latest, hottest item. They're sold out online, so you may have to find it at your local store if you want it. Canadiana.
Through and through. This becomes a problem with filming lately with bigger shows because of social media. Everyone wants that viral moment, and they're forgetting that if you love, you know, these works of art, you have to wait and not get in the middle of them, trying to stay in character, right?
And doing their job.
Exactly.
Like it's still a job, right?
Yeah.
Yes, you might love the character and you might love the human, but you still have to let them do their job.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want spoilers.
No. And like, it's just having that boundary and that awareness, right? For example, when I went to see J. Cole in Montreal, J. Cole walked right by me, and I was like, oh my gosh, you're so fantastic. And then he turned around and like went like that, but like kept walking because he was going into the thing. So I didn't like jump on him or be like, can we take a photo, right? Like,
oh yeah.
You just like, you're like, oh my gosh, like you're right here. But like,
you get overwhelmed.
But then like, you also have to just like let them have, like, continue on with what they are doing. So
absolutely.
We do have a local celebrity here though. And August 9th is a very important day. That's gonna be on Sunday for a very special tortoise. Yes, Gus is turning 104 on Sunday, so we wanted to shout out our favorite reptile over at the Museum of Natural History. Did you know that a group of tortoises are called a creep?
I didn't know that.
No.
Fun fact.
Really?
That was a fun fact for Gus's 104th birthday.
Okay, he's like, let me go. I need to get my exercise in for today.
He's much smaller than I thought he would be.
I love him.
He's a little guy, but he's active. That's why Crystal's not
guy, but
here.
he's an old guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crystal's not here because she's just partying up with Gus.
Yeah,
she is probably Gus's biggest fan.
She is Gus's biggest fan. So I did have to put a shout out to Gus for his birthday in honor of Crystal.
104.
Happy birthday, little buddy.
104.
Wow. All right, I wonder if he likes the heat. We'll find out. Latavia has the full forecast coming up. Also, I'll have your look at your national news headlines. And we also hope you're hungry because it's Friday and it's Food Truck Friday. And this time, we are taking the show on the road. Brianne has those details next.
Boom, bam. Clear skies early this morning in Truro. The sun is shining. Welcome back. The time now is 8:13. As of right now, we're looking at 19 degrees as you head outdoors. Going to be another hot day ahead. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. As of right now, it is 21 degrees starting off your day in Halifax, 22 in Charlottetown, 20 degrees in Moncton with 21 in Fredericton, 15 in Labrador City, and 11 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Holding on to this heat warning for all three maritime provinces, now extending into the weekend forecast for parts of the maritime region. Daytime highs will range between 28 to 33. Factor in that humidity, feeling more like 36 to 38. And lows for tonight, 17 to 20. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. A sunny start to the day for all three maritime provinces. A bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland as well. Periods of drizzle also expected early in the morning. And for Labrador, a chance of showers. Periods of drizzle to start your day will remain into the afternoon. For the afternoon, for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia, we do have some isolated showers expected to pop up. A risk of thunderstorms as well. That takes us into tonight. We are going to hold on to a chance of showers, but clearing out into early Saturday morning as we do have the return of sunshine. Another hot day ahead before scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms returns. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining light for all three maritime provinces. Remaining light as well, but a bit of accumulation for Newfoundland and Labrador. 5 to 10 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay. 2 to 5 for St. Anthony. Another hot day ahead for New Brunswick. Daytime highs ranging from 26 degrees in St. John up to 34 in Moncton. We do have sunshine to start your day. Isolated showers and a risk of thunderstorms expected into the afternoon. Sunny skies remain in the forecast, and another hot day ahead for Prince Edward Island. Daytime highs between 26 degrees in Surrey up to 29 in Charlottetown. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, beautiful hot day ahead, but we do have a low chance of shower activity for eastern Nova Scotia into the afternoon with the risk of thunderstorms. Highs will range from 23 degrees in Canso up to 32 in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same, mainly sunny skies today, but we do have a low chance of showers for mainland Nova Scotia this afternoon. A risk of thunderstorms with highs between 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 33 today. And then for Labrador City, a warm day ahead with a high of 25. We do have periods of drizzle to start your day, clearing out, seeing sunshine into the afternoon. 15 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland, periods of drizzle as well, clearing, leaving mainly cloudy skies. That's a look at your weather forecast. Going to throw things over to Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Nasty is the word U.S. President Donald Trump used Wednesday to describe Canadians ahead of a high-stakes meeting in the U.S. Capitol between representatives of both countries. CTV's Mike LeCouture reports on the talks and the tension.
The meeting was scheduled for 30 minutes, but went on for an hour and a half, according to Dominic LeBlanc's office. The Canada-U.S. Trade Minister posted this photo on social media, describing his face-to-face with U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer as constructive and detailed, a clear contrast to President Trump's comments Wednesday night.
Canada's nasty. They're nasty.
At an aluminum plant hit hard by American tariffs, Prime Minister Carney had a more measured tone.
C'est une négociation tough.
He called the negotiations tough, conceding one could also use the word nasty. Carney made no apologies for wanting a comprehensive deal that addresses tariffs on the steel, aluminum, auto, and forestry sectors.
Will we get all of that by the 19th of August? We'll see. But we want to have pathways in order to get that.
Opposition leader Pierre Poilievre says Carney has gotten nothing for ditching the digital services tax on American tech firms and for removing counter tariffs on the U.S. He's suggesting leveraging our energy and potash exports.
We will build up a massive stockpile of these resources here in Canada, tailor-made for countries to buy in the event of a crisis if they give us tariff-free trade.
This former special advisor on Canada-U.S. relations to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau believes all options should remain on the table.
If we do end up being faced with these 50% tariffs as of mid-August, that we meet that in kind in some sort of reciprocal tariff retaliation.
Canada's supply-managed dairy sector has been an irritant to the Americans in these negotiations. Carney defended the decades-old policy, saying it helps consumers and farmers. Hardly a shock, considering he was also campaigning with his candidate for a by-election in Quebec at the end of this month.
CTV's Mike Couture reporting in Ottawa. Canada's top teenage baseball talent is competing for a national title in PEI, but there's much more on the line. Scouts are in the crowd looking for pro prospects. Here is CTV's Maria Saru.
A home run gives Team Nova Scotia a reason to celebrate. But one big hit is only the start.
We won a medal. Archie, we have a really good team. We have great coaches. We have a mission for this tournament.
And there are bigger ambitions in play, especially for 17 and under athletes from outside the country's major baseball centers.
It's definitely an opportunity for them to get exposure on a national level.
So did you come here with a list today?
I did, and it's ever evolving.
Baseball Canada head coach Greg Hamilton is in the crowd, watching closely for the junior national team's next generation.
The speed of the game goes up dramatically as they move into international competition and play against the best in the world. So you're looking for players that have that type of physicality, that type of athleticism.
Even with so much at stake, there's more to the week than the results.
It's always just fun to be around the game and just be able to experience it with all your friends you've known your whole life, just playing together.
The small city of Summerside is building a reputation for hosting big sports events. And this one is making an impact beyond the diamond.
Your busing companies get busy. We're spending money at local stores. Your pubs are filling up. Your hotels are full. So every sector is touched.
For Team PEI, playing on home soil is a special moment.
Home fans, they're showing up, and played in this field my whole life, but it's a pretty big stage.
There's plenty of baseball left to play, with games continuing through Sunday when a national champion will be crowned. Maria Saru, CTV News, Summerside, Prince Edward Island.
Looks like good weather there in Summerside, too. Another break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we'll have the latest edition of Food Truck Friday. That's up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
We're here at the Garrison Grounds in downtown Halifax, and I'm joined by Terry Miller of the Food Truck Association. El Presidente.
Presidente, isn't that something? Big statement, lots of work.
You know it. Okay, talk to us a little bit about the Food Truck Association. Okay.
Well, the association has been going on now for 13 years. We have over 20 members in it, and they take part in events like this, conferences, a lot of corporate events, private catering as well. So we have been everywhere this summer so far, from the island to Moncton and the YQM Festival coming up, and they go when they're called.
I love it. I mean, you've also been live on location with us this summer. It's been a treat to have you guys here, but why are food trucks so popular?
Well, I think it's an easy walk up, walk away, and they just can pop up anywhere. So it makes it very accessible to those that are doing events like this where, you can, for us, for example, a walking taco. You take that and away you go, watch the show. You don't, no knives, no forks, nothing like that's necessary.
Taco in a bag is literally my favorite thing.
Well, I think this weekend, this is going to be a hot item, right? The Hawaiian shaved ice at 31 degrees. And with our other trucks here as well, like the Atomic Dog over here and Global Street Flavors, we have the dip base next to us, the Frost and Freeze. Those are all members of our association. Also pop-up pizzas down there. So we saturate these events and support them.
Why is it so important for an event like this, Great Outdoor Comedy Fest? It's a huge event here in Halifax and for the region. Why is it so important to be present here?
Well, I think this is going to be, particular with, Trickstar Promotions, this is going to be the event of the summer. And we've done them all, and it's been all great events. But Matt Rife here tonight and tomorrow, I mean, we waited 2 years for him. These guys have done an awesome job. This setup here is magnificent, like most of the, promoters do. But Trickstar's really put an investment into this community, and I think we're going to see them for many years to come. We're starting to get the big acts back into Halifax, and that is really exciting.
I like that. Big acts back into Halifax. What do you think people are going to be most excited to eat besides the shaved ice this weekend?
Well, I'll tell you that for our trucks, Atomic Dog is just magnificent burgers. Next to the East Indian food that, the Feast has, that is special as well. Global down the end has all the treats and tricks foods that's going on. And then a pop-up cinema as well. They have great food. So there's nothing that's going to be bad. And one thing I know with the members of our association, if you ever get something that you're not satisfied with, you come see us. We'll fix it.
For people who have a food truck but aren't part of the association, what's your messaging to them?
Well, with us, when you get that logo on your truck, it means you've been certified, you're inspected, your fire stuff is all done. People have confidence in the fact that you're wearing our logo. So we enjoy having more trucks come in. The bigger the truck segments, and the bigger the pie, the more for everybody.
And is there anyone you're really, really excited to hear their comedy skit today or this weekend?
That is great, because you know what? I never get to see any. We do all the Wanderers, the Tides game. I've been with the Wanderers for 9 years. I haven't seen a game yet, because once the window opens and things happen, I'm back there, and I'd love to see it. I'd love to walk down and see Matt Rife, but I think my customers would be a little bit dissatisfied if I was down there watching the show. But I mean, I think it's the place to be this weekend.
Well, we thank you for all your hard work, and even though you're not going to get to see anything, you're going to keep us fed, so we appreciate you.
We do, and you know what? Just a shout out to the CTV group. Like, this is the 10th segment we've done, 2nd year in a row. What a great partnership. I mean, you guys have gave us so much exposure. We really appreciate that. And unfortunately, we can't feed you today because we're just setting up, but we'll hopefully continue on this for many more years to come.
That's all right. I'll come back for some shaved ice, I think.
I think that'll work.
All right, back to you guys in the studio.
Coming up, dancing the flamenco. Brianne will get a lesson ahead of the Flamenco Fusion Fest. She's going to grab your dancing shoes, and you're invited for the party. That's coming up later on Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 8:30 on your Friday, heading into another weekend, and it's quite hot across the region. Flamenco helping to heat things up.
I think I have the hand motions down.
Yeah,
beautiful.
I think it's perfect. Now you got to get the fancy footwork.
Oh yeah.
I wore a flowy dress.
That's going to be beautiful for it. Oh, what a talent it is to have those dancers on, and to learn more about that festival, too. Another one to add to the calendar.
Absolutely. DJ Khaled.
I thought it was great, too, in your food truck segment, too. I'm feeling so bad for all the food truck operators in a way, because they're at these events. They're so busy working. They don't get to see it. At least it's comedy, they can hear it.
What are you excited about? And he was like, Brianne, no.
I'm working.
I was like, oh, okay. Well, A for effort.
Listen, we thank them for heading out and feeding all of us at festivals this summer.
Should we hit the ski hill?
Why not? We can roll down. Beautiful sunny start to the day in Martok. As of right now, 22 degrees, so temperatures already heating up across the region. 21 in Halifax to start your day, as well as into Fredericton, 22 in Charlottetown, 15 degrees in Labrador City, and 11 in St. John's, Newfoundland. Keeping in mind sun safety and staying hydrated, as the UV index is still tracking very high across the Maritime region. For Newfoundland and Labrador, currently tracking moderate to very high throughout your day today. And the Maritime region still remains under a heat warning and extending into the weekend for parts of the Maritime region, something also to keep in mind. A very sunny start to the day for the Maritimes. We do have a low chance of shower activity and a risk of thunderstorms expected for parts of New Brunswick and Nova Scotia this afternoon. And Newfoundland and Labrador seeing a bit of precipitation as well early on. In terms of our wind forecast, remaining quite light for all three Maritime provinces, 24 kilometers per hour to start your day in North Cape, 15 into Moncton with no wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead. First, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Children under the age of 14 in Nova Scotia will soon be banned from e-scooters and e-bikes. The Public Works Minister says the age restriction is part of a slate of changes that will be made to the province's Traffic Safety Act. Fred Tilley says technology is allowing e-scooters and e-bikes to move much faster than before. Last year, the Canadian Institute for Health Information said e-scooter injuries were on the rise across Canada. It said between 2023 and 2024, there were nearly 500 e-scooter hospitalizations. That's a 32% increase. The change is expected to come into effect this fall. Now, for the vehicles, prices at the pumps in all three maritime provinces are down for a second or third time this week. Here are the new numbers. In Nova Scotia's Zone 1, gas fell by nearly 10 cents a litre. The minimum price, $1.70.5. And diesel in Nova Scotia also dropped by nearly 10 cents. The minimum price now $2.20 a litre. In PEI, prices fell for a third time this week, this time by 3.5 cents. The minimum price, $1.80.4. And diesel dropped by nearly 3 cents. The minimum price, $2.28.7. And in New Brunswick, gas fell by 5.8 cents a litre. The maximum price, $1.79.8. And diesel dropped by 2.8 cents. The maximum price, $2.35.6. In the past week, prices at the pumps have dropped by roughly 20 cents a litre. 8 new garbage collectors are being hired in the CBRM. It's the latest attempt to fix the inconsistent pickups that have been plaguing people ever since the city switched from contracting out solid waste collection to doing it themselves. But not everyone agrees with the move or the money it will cost.
Saying that I can't believe council, and myself included, right, that council approved $700,000 more with the mess that we're in right now.
I don't believe that what we did was to solve the issue. I think it was the next step in solving the issue. I think we're going to be back here in 6 months to look at how we can even do better.
The new hires will bring the number of CBRM garbage collection staff from 18 to 26. They're expected to be on the job within the coming days. Finally, pop music fans will be flocking to Moncton tomorrow for a very big concert. Pop superstars the Jonas Brothers will be taking the stage at the Université de Moncton. The last big concert at that venue was Guns N' Roses 3 years ago. Local restaurant owners say they want a stadium show in the center of the city every summer.
There's no doubt about it. I'm talking on behalf of all the pub and bar and restaurant owners. I wish there was just more of them, more concerts, because it does increase the foot traffic downtown.
It's awesome. I mean, obviously we want to have big names. We've hosted a number of big names over the years. So anytime you can do an outdoor show with a large act like that, well, obviously we're excited.
Now, a lot of people will be thinking about Magnetic Hill. Moncton's Magnetic Hill concert site, that's seen some really big names in music over the years, but it has sat idle since 2019. Now, tomorrow, downtown Moncton, it will be exceptionally busy, not only because of the Jonas Brothers shows, but also because Moncton's Pride Parade is also happening on Saturday. So whether you are going to these events or not, keep that in mind if you are in the hub city, because that will definitely have an impact on traffic and parking.
It's gonna be burning up in that city.
Keep
burning up
in that city. Who's your favorite?
And when Maritimers hit the road this summer, their first stop should be Needs Fast Fuel to help fuel your adventures. All right, so first up we have Bay of Fundy Sand Sculpture Festival. It will be taking place August 7th to August 9th. Head over to their website for additional details, but it's going to be quite a cool event to take place. We also have Songs from the Deep at the Watermark Theatre, North Rustico. This will be August 9th at 7:30 p.m. The Watermark Theatre presents Songs from the Deep, maritime music, and sea shanties. For tickets, head over to their website. And the Country Music Jamboree returns to the 9 Mile River Community Center. This upcoming weekend, you can come out for a stompin' good time. This Sunday, August 9th for 2 p.m. For tickets or additional information, contact the number on your screen.
Explore the Maritimes this summer. Brought to you by Needs and Fast Fuel. There for all your on-the-go snacking needs.
CTV, in partnership with Needs Convenience and Fast Fuel, wants to help you fuel up for fun. With more than 140 stores and gas bars throughout Atlantic Canada, Needs is your headquarters for coffee, slushies, snacks, meals on the move, car washes, and fuel. One lucky viewer will win a $200 gift card to be used at any Needs or Fast Fuel location. Adventure awaits, so don't miss out on your chance to fuel up for fun. Head over to ctvatlantic.ca and good luck.
All right, still ahead. Last look at the forecast for Friday and the weekend. Also, we're not just heating things up at the forecast. We're heating things up on the dance floor, too. You want to move with music at the Flamenco Fusion Fest. We'll get the details in a dance lesson in just a few moments.
Lots of sunshine to start your day over in Hampton. Welcome back and happy Friday. The time now is 8:41, 20 degrees as of right now over in Hampton, and things will be heating up a little bit later on. Weather is brought to you by Cummins Trusted Home Standby Generators. 21 degrees in Halifax to start your day, 22 in Charlottetown, 21 now in Fredericton, with 15 degrees in Labrador City and 11 in St. John's, Newfoundland. We are holding on to heat across the Maritime region, now extending into the weekend forecast. Daytime highs will range from 28 to 33. Factor in that humidity, feeling more like 36 to 38. And with those lows tonight still remaining warm, 17 to 20. Lots of sunshine for all three maritime provinces to start your day, as well as into parts of Newfoundland. We do have precipitation in the forecast as well, though. Periods of drizzle and or shower activity for parts of Labrador, periods of drizzle for parts of Newfoundland, and then into the maritime region this afternoon for New Brunswick and parts of Nova Scotia. Isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms is expected. That will continue into the overnight hours, but clearing out before Saturday morning, as we do have sunshine to start the day in Saturday into the weekend, but then we have precipitation moving back in with scattered showers and a risk of thunderstorms. If you're wondering about precipitation totals, remaining quite light for the Maritime region, and then for Labrador, 5 to 10 millimeters for Happy Valley Goose Bay, 2 to 5 millimeters for St. Anthony. Heating up today yet again in Fredericton. We have a high of 33 degrees. For the province, ranging from 26 to 34, being the warmest into Moncton. A sunny start to your day. Isolated showers expected this afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. For Prince Edward Island, lots of sunshine remains in the forecast today and another hot one ahead. 26 degrees in Surrey with a high of 29 in Charlottetown. And then for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, also seeing a sunny, hot day ahead. But we do have isolated showers, a risk of thunderstorms into the afternoon for eastern Nova Scotia, with daytime highs between 23 degrees in Canso up to 32 in Antigonish. For the rest of Nova Scotia, much of the same, mainly sunny skies. We do have isolated showers for mainland Nova Scotia into the afternoon with a risk of thunderstorms. Highs between 24 degrees in Yarmouth up to 33. And then for Labrador City, a warm day ahead with a high of 25. Periods of drizzle to start your day clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. 15 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Periods of drizzle as well early on in the morning, clearing out, leaving mainly cloudy skies. So that's a look at your forecast. And now we're going to throw things over to Brianne.
Thank you so much, Latavia, calling all dance enthusiasts. We have a fun new event coming up later today that you should definitely check out. Flamenco Fusion Fest will be taking place in Halifax, and to share the details and some moves, we welcome flamenco dancer and choreographer Leah Granger. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
We appreciate you being here, all dressed to the nines.
Yes,
I'm loving this fit. Yes.
Thank you.
So tell us about Flamenco Fusion Fest and what we can expect at the upcoming event.
Well, basically, I work with an arts organization based in Toronto, but we present flamenco, a lot of flamenco, but also music and dance from around the world. And so we wanted to bring something like that to Halifax. This is our first time coming here. The company's name is Fab Club, and we're flamenco artists, the people that run it. And so we teamed up with Atlantic Flamenco and Maria Osende to put on a show that is a lot of traditional Spanish flamenco music and dance, but also blending it with Turkish music, with some Greek rhythms and beats and melodies, and really bringing global music here. And Maria Osende will also be performing in the show, so there'll be a lot of flamenco dance.
I love it. How did this partnership come to fruition?
Well, I was reaching out to Maria about sort of bringing more flamenco from across Canada out here and bringing more musicians here, because sometimes it's hard to get flamenco musicians in different parts of the country. And we started talking and we realized that myself, an amazing singer named Tamar Ilana, and her world music ensemble Ventanas were all going to be here at the same time.
Oh my gosh.
So we were like, we kind of have to put on a show. And so that's sort of how it all came together.
Oh, I love that so much. Okay, so you've been a flamenco dancer for over 30 years. What do you want Atlantic Canadians to know about the dance?
Well, it's a very passionate art form. It comes from the south of Spain, and it really shares sort of the highest joys in life and also the deepest sorrows. It's very intense, as you can see by my outfit. There's nothing subtle about it. It's like you put it all out there. So I think that a lot of people, when they come and see a show, especially for the first time, they're really overcome by the emotional power of the art form.
Amazing. And you lived in Spain for a little bit as well.
I lived in Spain for 5 years, in Seville, where flamenco, it's sort of like the birthplace of flamenco. And many of the musicians and other artists have also spent a lot of time there. And Maria is Spanish.
We love it. I love a full circle moment. All right, you're going to have to show us some moves. I'm not very good.
Okay,
I'm not very
I'll
coordinated.
start with, this is called floreo, which is just the hand movement. So it's this you have to separate all your fingers and you move them slowly, and it's as if you're pulling through molasses. And then if you do your full arm, it's the same thing, you're pulling. And your elbow stays up. Keep your elbow up. And then, yes. Okay. And your foot goes at the same time. And you've got the hip. And we're doing this in slow motion right now. But it would be more, it would go double time. Da, ba, da, 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 da.
And you would throw in a snap every now and then?
Da, da, da. Yeah, and then we also could do the feet. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, 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 ba. And then, just kidding.
Okay, then we're going.
It gets a little more complicated from there.
All right, well, we want to see you do it because no one wants to watch me stumble around here and probably break my ankle. So let's show us some moves.
I would love to.
All right.
My pleasure.
This is just a taste of what people will get to be able to see, right? Okay, so tell us the nitty-gritty details of the event.
So the event is actually tonight.
Yep.
August 7th. It's at Seahorse Tavern. It's at 8 o'clock. Doors at 7. You can get tickets at the Seahorse Tavern's website.
I love how I'm making you talk after you just danced your heart out, as if I couldn't tell the people this information. We've actually linked to the festival to our website as well.
Wonderful, thank you.
So thank you so much. That's
Absolute
just a taste.
pleasure.
You want to go and see some more? Go to the Seahorse Tavern tonight. Thank you so much, Leah.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. We'll be right back after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Hey, we're about to wrap up the show, but before we do, we love to bring the answers and your text messages for the Move Morning Chat. We do love hearing from you and what you have to say. So we were asking what's better, homemade than store-bought, and you're going to see some common themes around here. Maybe some stuff that we didn't mention too.
Perfect.
So let's start with this answer from our viewer. Wendy says, Halloween costumes are always better homemade, a million times more work. But so worth it.
Agreed.
Yes.
My mother used to make all 4 of
All
our
4?
What a
Halloween
superwoman.
costumes.
That's incredible. I aspire to do that one day.
Yep. Love it.
Wow.
My
Good
favorite one was
on you.
Cruella de Vil.
Oh, all right. We need pictures. Mina says bread for sure. A friend gave me a recipe in the early 80s. Hasn't failed me yet.
Okay, nice.
Okay. Oh, you find a good one, you don't let it go. Like, don't change a thing.
Nope, sink your teeth into it.
And Mina's not alone. Cheryl from Quispamsis also says bread.
Yum. I love fresh
Literally,
bread.
Homemade bread, agreed.
Oh.
Especially sourdough.
Oh, and sourdough too. Anthony says, yeah, nothing like homemade brown bread, fresh out of the oven, smothered in butter. That's something you can't duplicate in a store. That is so
I literally could
true.
eat a whole loaf fresh out of the oven.
It's soft. Aaron, also staying on theme, bread.
Fair.
I think, is that what we're going to be doing later, all baking bread?
Oh my goodness, I wish I had the time.
I mean, maybe you, not me. I wish I had the patience. That's not a virtue I possess.
Okay, this one I hadn't thought of, but it's so true now mentioned. Mark from Cape Breton says quilts.
Yep.
Hands down.
Fair.
My dream.
To be able to make one?
Homemade. No, to buy one. Like a thrift, a really good one.
To buy one.
They're quite pricey. Yeah.
That's
to buy
true.
a homemade quilt. My grandmother used to make all her quilts.
My grandma used to do them too, but, you know, I didn't get one.
Oh, no. Well, it's funny that you mentioned the quilts, too, because Peggy says quilts or bed spreads because they almost always have sentimental
Absolutely,
value.
yes.
I just got one from my grandma Pam. Also, strawberry jam.
Yeah. Shout out Grandma Foley for both those things. Quilts, bedspreads, and strawberry jam.
She's the homemade queen over there.
She was the homemade queen.
Now, Peggy's not the only one who loves strawberry jam.
Yeah.
Art from New Glasgow also says strawberry jam, get it fresh.
With those fresh strawberries from Nova Scotia or the Maritimes, nothing like it.
Summer in a bottle. Nicole agrees with you, Brianne.
Yeah.
Guacamole is better homemade.
It really
than
is.
store-bought.
It's so true.
Yeah, you just have to wait for those avocados to be perfect.
Yes,
Yeah,
exactly.
That's the only issue. But once they're perfect, you have to use them all at the same time,
All
so
at
it's
once.
perfect to make guacamole.
Exactly.
Share the guacamole. This is a cool one. Travis from Woods Harbor says homemade ice cream. Have you ladies ever had homemade ice cream?
Yes, and I've made homemade ice cream.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So good.
But I am a big ice cream lover.
It's
so.
a whole lot of work.
Yeah?
Especially if you don't have like one of those new fancy machines. If you have to do it like the old school way where you're just like...
Yeah.
That's a technical term. It's like churning butter.
Yeah.
Karen says, I make cherry blossoms and peanut butter cups. You know those candies? Better than store-bought. That's what people tell me.
Well, Karen, you need to send us some because we'll test that theory for you.
Poor Karen. She has sent us treats before and we've absorbed them.
Yes.
They are good. Lee says everything.
That's fair.
Everything is better if you can get it homemade.
Fair point, well made. Absolutely.
Yeah, and Candace too. Agreed. Agreed with all baked goods getting better. Homemade versus store-bought. For me, it's burgers.
I made burgers the other day.
Right? She says all the additives in store-bought patties or fast food places just don't cut it. I really love my pork apple burgers, and my picky eater daughter actually loves it too.
Amazing.
I love it.
That sounds delicious.
Yeah, it is. I love it. I actually literally made homemade burgers this week.
Yeah.
Because of that fun fact.
And finally, Pat from Timberley says quiche is certainly better homemade. I find the ones you purchase not very tasty, so I started making my own. Everyone looks forward to them, and that makes me smile.
Oh, wow.
I love it.
Thanks everyone who weighed in. We really appreciate all your text messages and sharing what you love.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
It was. I definitely do love like a home cooked meal versus going out. And going out is a nice treat, but when you're like on the road or like you're on vacation and you're just consistently eating, I just want homemade stuff.
I know.
Especially from a family member.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brianne, thanks for being in with us for the past couple of weeks. And for Crystal.
It's been fun.
It's been a fun time. You never know where you're going to see Brianne next. Or what network.
Or
Could be
where.
TSN. All right, thank you so much for joining us on this Friday morning. We hope you stay safe in the heat out there. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy it while it lasts.